Hello and welcome back. So this is the next section of the privilege escalation process. Uh, Not the privilege escalation process. This is actually the next section where we try to escalate the privileges and get a root flag, get the root flag by logging in as a vhost user. So we tried to incorporate something different and trying the traditional privilege escalation techniques. Like you can find a lot of previous things related to the ways that you can privilege escalation. Like you can go to GTF and there's a bunch of methods that you can, a bunch of commands and ways that you can incorporate a privilege escalation thing into your CTF. But we thought we should try something new and something different, and so we opted to go with the Docker based privilege escalation thing. So how do you going to do that is, first the user must get the idea. Okay, the privilege escalation may have to do something related to Docker. So to give that hint, I have added a fake blog post here actually. So you go into, I guess, blog or something. Well, okay, so when you log into the, not logging, when you access the WordPress site, you see this bunch of random things, and you go into blog, and there's a thing called code to cloud with Docker and Azure container instances. So this is supposed to give the user a hint that okay, maybe the box has something to do with Docker, so maybe I should look into that when there's nothing else to do, right? So yep, so what you're gonna do is, now I know we know, like, we're supposed to use Docker to do the privilege escalation part. So let's try that out. Docker. Yep. For a moment there I was scared. So that means that we can run Docker commands. So let's try to run some Docker commands and find a way to privilege escalate this. Uh, so let's create a directory named test. Cd into that directory, and let's make a file named Docker file. Ideally you can use a script to do that, but in the final box I'll be disabling any SCP file transfer things through SSH. I think I have to use IP tables or something to block the SCP part of SSH. So you can't like transfer files into here. You can't get a bash GitHub code and like transfer that thing. Either way you have to manually write something, right? So in here you can do, let's try dbnvc because it's small, and then we have to set an environment variable for the work directory. Let's call it test because that's the name we used, and then dir -p work dir, then you go in like volume and work dir, this work dir should be right. Yep. Okay, so now I have to run the Docker file. So I actually don't remember what's the command for this. Let's try Docker build -d. I have to add, is it Docker build or build Docker? Is it dump? It worked, right? Yeah. So now it's Docker run, and I have to give, I guess, test and -it interactive terminal, and I have to give the tag value and bin -bash. Fingers crossed. Okay, it's the format. Oh, okay, I missed something. to be -v. Okay, so I got the root of the Docker container that we are running, but it's not the actual root. So what we're gonna do next is let's try to cat it first. Let's see sudos. We're gonna add the vhost user to the sudos file. So let's cat it first. Also, one thing to note that you have to be extra careful when you're doing this, otherwise you might end up breaking the system. We actually ended up breaking the system, but thankfully Azure supported running scripts to recover the sudos file. Otherwise it becomes a real hassle to deal with. And let's go sudo no password. What I'm trying to do now is to echo uh, an entry to allow the user to perform sudo commands. So you have to use this syntax, and then do this, do that, change this to vhost, should be right over. Okay, now the syntax is correct. Now I have to add that to hc sudos. Done. And now exit. Let's try. Yep, it's working. Now for the final flag. What you're gonna do is try dash root dash. Oh, wait a minute. ls dash root dot txt is the file. I think there's something wrong with the content. It keeps freezing up. This should work. Oh wait, my bad. Yep, this is the final flag, and it's well done. So that kind of sums up the core path that we are planning to take in this CTF project. There'll be more challenges added in the earlier sections actually, but the final step is the same. It should remain the same by the end of the project as well. So we still have to make the scoreboard, which will be a separate thing. It won't run in this container. It will be running locally during the presentation. And what else? Okay, more challenges will be added. Yep. So what we demonstrated was the core path or the main path that the attacker or the player can take to gain the root access. There will be other challenges hidden inside, which we will be adding in the later days. So thanks for watching.